Principal Tara Loba from Andrew Jackson Elementary School, one of my very favorite schools and principals here tonight, and I've asked her to lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ms. Loba. We will move on to 30 seconds in my district, and we'll start with Dr. B.
Yes, there is a new Bandy grant called Day of Discovery that will allow 40 7th and 8th grade students, each from Oliver, McMurray, and Croft, to spend one day each week studying in a lab housed at the Nashville Zoo alongside Bandy scientists starting next year.
That's
so
fantastic. That's great. Ms. Broke?
I would like to congratulate Maya Robertson, who was just named the 2018 TPAC Teacher of the Year. She is a drama teacher at Gower Elementary School, and I know from personal experience that she does phenomenal work, and I'm glad to see she's getting honored. My son was able to participate in 2 plays under her direction, and we are very proud of her for winning this award.
Ms. Perry?
Well, parents filled the gymnasium again last week at Goodlettsville Middle School for their spring for their spring concert, their community concert, and it was in honor of recently deceased Goodlettsville Mayor John Combs. So thank you so much for all who came.
Ms. Pierce?
Yeah, so this year, Belmont University expanded their poetry contest to include middle schools, and out of all the admissions from the district, Zachary Goss, who's a 5th grader at J.T. Moore, was selected as one of the top 5 finalists. So his poem, The Heart That's Kind, was set to music by the musicians, and we need your votes to help Zachary win. So I have the link on my Facebook page at Pierce for Schools, but it's a great song. The lyrics they're really meaningful. And so go vote for Zachary. And also, Julia Green had their Hornet Hustle this past Friday night, and the entire neighborhood was filled with runners, and then they gathered on their playground and had Movie on the Green. So great community event in District 8.
Ms. Buds?
The mayor's art show wrapped up with its second viewing, the second cluster of viewings. So we had Hattie Cotton, Glen, and just a number of other schools that were represented, and the artwork, as always, was beautiful.
Thank you. So earlier this month, I spoke about the McGavitt Coalition breakfast that we had. It's a second annual fundraising breakfast where we fundraise to award $500 scholarships to deserving McGavitt High School grads. We started awarding these scholarships in 2014, and we had 64 that qualified for it. Fast forward to 2018, and to date, we have 113 students who have qualified to date for this scholarship. We award it on Senior Awards Night. They get a lanyard that they can wear at graduation, and they also get a $500 scholarship if they have a 21 on the ACT, 3.0 GPA, and 8 hours of community service. So I would just like to give a shout out to my colleagues on this board who have worked diligently to recognize and award the seniors at McGavitt High School, and a huge thank you to and contributed towards this worthy occasion. Thank you. We'll move on to And the Good News Is, and our students in our community, and first on the schedule is Mr. Chris Whitney, One Generation Away.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It's a great opportunity to be here. Thank you. Hi, Jill. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. So we have a food ministry in Williamson County. We serve all of Middle Tennessee, and our passion is to wipe hunger off the face of America by teaching people to love one another through service. And we work with all the social workers in Williamson County Schools and FSSD, and somehow the words leaked up to Davidson County. And so we've been starting to get in some calls from the social workers. And we did a big mobile pantry at Maplewood High School. I think we fed over 300 families, over 25,000 pounds of food on a rainy, cold Saturday. With St. Thomas Healthcare opened their clinic and saw over 42 patients. But one of the reasons I'm honored to be here in front of you is we provide 30-pound boxes of food, of non-perishable food items that can be stored, and a family can be given those to take home, so they're more than a fuel bag. And 90% of kids, when they reach middle school, won't take a fuel bag home because of stigma and all those types of things. So we'd love to figure out a way to partner with Davidson and maybe have about 4 locations. It's hard for us to go to every school, but if there's 4 places we could drop some food. We're getting ready to take 2 pallets full of FEMA MRE meals. They've got ravioli in them, crackers, milk, cereal, and we're going to drop 2 pallets off at Maplewood High School to be dispersed around. So I don't know how you all could help, but if you could help us, we'd love to serve this county as far as helping children. We all know how important hunger is with kids being educated, and we have to do something. It's just intolerable that in this country, in this city, that we would allow children to go home hungry. And we want to do everything in our power to help stop that. So,
Mr. Whitney,
Yes,
I'd
ma'am.
like to be the first one to raise my hand to help you. I happen to have 4 middle schools in my school board district, and I would love for you to help me with those students.
well, I would love that opportunity, and I feel like logistically there's got to be a place where we'll deliver the food. We have no problem with that. We've got 26-foot refrigerated trucks, so we get all kinds of food, produce, but especially non-perishable things like those. We can put 30 boxes on a pallet, and easily we could probably put 36, but 30 is normal, a comfortable size, and they're, I mean, a pallet's 4 feet by 3.5 feet. You know what I mean? And we could stack them. So if there's, like I said, 4 locations that we could be in close proximity. I've been to Pearl Cone, talked to them, obviously Maplewood. So if there's a way or someone I could talk to, or if we could have a further conversation, I'd love to help with those middle schools.
Thank you. I'll be in touch.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate that.
Yes, thank you so much for the, the work that you're doing at Maplewood and throughout our community and around the Nashville area. We really appreciate your heart and your passion.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate the opportunity.
We'll move on to Mr. Barry Barlow from the Parent Advisory Council. Mr. Barlow?
Let me say good evening to each and every one of you. Certainly it is a good opportunity for me to come before you on behalf of PAC and on behalf of the parents in this district, and let me move right to it. So what you see first is what we've been working on, our PAC logo. And it's something that we worked on to try to give us something that we can move toward, putting on T-shirts so that when we are helping out with Parent University and other district initiatives, we can be unified in our dress and unified as well in our efforts. And so I want to also make you aware of our purpose. Our purpose is to work with families, metro schools, community leaders, and stakeholders to ensure that all of the district students receive a quality education. That is our chief goal, to make sure that we are being a help to the district. I also wanted to bring to your attention this brief history. Metro Nashville's Parent Advisory Council was started in 1986. So it is a 3-decades-old organization that has been utilized throughout the district, helping individual schools as well as district-wide efforts. I would also like to bring to your attention that this main legislation that allows for the existence of the PAC is the ESEA Act of 1965. So it is a federal initiative, and it is an initiative that I believe that the district should continue to support. And as you can see, the chief provision that calls for the formation of the PAC is found in the parent involvement provision of the Title I, Part A of the ESEA. So it's not just a fly-by-night something that somebody came up with. It has deep roots and has done some really good work over the years that it has been utilized by the district. One of the things that some of you may know that kind of, some years, the PAC, it was kind of troublesome because in some years it felt like a political apparatus. And so when Dr. Joseph came, I met him on the ground the first day when he was there at Maplewood. We talked briefly, and he shared with me, if I'm selected, hey, this is some things I would like you to do. And one of those things was to make sure that the PAC worked collaboratively with the board, and as well as that the PAC would not be a political apparatus. So we've done some things to make sure that that wouldn't happen. So basically, we changed the I guess you could say the talking points and the belief factors of PAC parents. And the way we've been doing that is by getting to understand this kind of difference between PAC, PTOs, and PTAs. So PAC would deal with district issues, where the PTOs and the PTAs would deal with building issues. And that's something we've been telling parents to get that embedded in parents' minds, that this is how we want to move forward with this organization. And so we outline it by showing them, like, there's a difference between working with the district around curriculum issues, where there's also a difference with working with the PTOs and PTAs about funding issues as it relate to the individual school. So those efforts, I believe, have been really fruitful, because most of the persons who were PAC members who were trying to use it as a political apparatus have stepped aside. So we have a really good green light to really move this organization forward. And as you can see, we've got an interesting little talking points here that we go out and talk to parents about how we're moving this forward. And we have, of course, there's other things that could be listed, but these 8 items tend to paint a real good picture of the difference between the two and how we want to move it forward. Next, it's really important, I think, to wrap our minds around who's going to be members of the PAC. And so we also did some things around, we had some parents like, oh, teachers shouldn't be involved. And, of course, what we decided to do was say no to that, because teachers have students in our schools. And so you should have a right to use your voice to represent your child. So the bylaws actually state that teachers can be involved at both the school level and the cluster level. But because it would be a conflict of interest, all the elected positions are held solely by parents. Teachers are not allowed to hold those positions, but they are allowed to be involved. And so we did a little work on our membership eligibility requirement, because at first it just really stated just parents, and that got kind of murky, because one of our largest groups that help with PAC are grandparents, involved grandparents. So we came up with this definition of eligibility instead, that any parent, guardian, or involved adult who has at least one child enrolled in MNPS school can be a member of the cluster PAC. So that gets them involved. And we did that because we found that a lot of times when you're having these meetings throughout the day, working parents can't do that. But these uncles and aunts and grandparents that are showing up at plays, picking kids up, dropping kids off, showing up to help you with your PTO events, we decided to open it up to that group. And we found that is working for us real well, because it gets us a wider audience, and it keeps our groups very diverse. And so next, just a little bit about the PAC structure. So PAC starts at the school level. That's where it starts, where you have at least 3 reps at each school that are the leaders. You can have more people. You obviously have more people than that, but we have trying to get at least 3 leaders at each school. The cluster PAC represents the high school and all of those schools that feed into that high school. That represents the cluster. And the quadrant we came up with because of the way Dr. Cito had outlined the district. And so we came up with this quadrant PAC, which is also something new. And that is a way that whenever requested, we could have the PAC assemble in such a way that the community superintendents would be able to talk directly to the parents in their entire quadrant. So we worked on that too. Now the executive PAC is what used to be called the director's PAC. Dr. Joseph expressed that he would not want it to be called the Directors Pack. So we want to lead this group, and this group is the group that's made up of 2 leaders from each of the clusters plus an executive board. And we did that because talking to a number of persons, it was revealed to me that sometimes you need this smaller group for maybe a board member or any other district leaders, and we have to talk to the smaller group for whatever it may be, focus groups or whatever, so that you can put out information rather than having this large group of 3 reps from every school. So we want to lead that group around. However, we plan to put our biggest emphasis on those first 3 groups, the school, the cluster, and the quadrant. And the last group is the executive board of the PAC. And that group will consist of the PAC president and at least 1 president for each of the 4 quadrants, as well as an executive PAC secretary. So we've really been doing a lot to try to reshape the PAC to make sure that it is something that the district can be proud of, that the parents can be proud of, and a group of parents that could be used in a lot of various ways. So here are some of the, now I put on here what we hope to have achieved this year. And some of these things we did achieve. We have not organized a PAC in each of the schools, but we have did in a lot of schools. Build a parent volunteer bank to support schools. That's something that some of the schools have, but because we work in conjunction with PTOs and we kind of double dip, we're kind of working in both of those groups. To help schools market their programs and services. Now, that's something that when you have these PAC parents and you come before them, district leaders, you tell them about the things that's going on. I can't tell you how many conversations that I've had in Walmarts, at the doctor's office, about the good things that all of you all are doing. And I try to make it my business to know what's going on in each of our school districts so I can talk intelligently about our successes. And I've had a wonderful time. I truly thank this board for bringing on I was just excited when I heard about the fact that we were going to get another school that kind of replicates what MLK and Human Fog was doing. So with Middle College coming on, you all really made me look good. I've told a whole lot of parents, keep waiting, something is coming. And I thank you all for not making me a liar, because you gave us something else to talk about. And now parents are pulling kids off that wait list and trying something different. So I thank whomever was involved in that. And so I've been sharing this story, and I'm not the only one. We have several persons sharing this story. We want to serve as test proctors every year. Around this time, we get the call from all these schools, test proctors. And so we want to, I'm going to mention another slide, something I think we need to do specifically to help with that. Also, we've been doing a really good job of sharing good stories occurring at schools. A lot of schools have their own websites, and us parents, we're swapping these websites. So the district has these websites, but we have a lot of forward-thinking and progressive parents that are getting the word out. So all of our schools that have these robust reputations, believe me, parents are talking about that. And I tell principals all the time, if you work to establish a reputation for your school, a good reputation, parents will bring their children to their school, regardless of what zip code it sits in. And I see that happening every day. Also, sharing cluster concerns and taking notice of trends. That's something we've been telling PAC parents, because that's how we determine what's going to be a district issue. When we see problems or successes replicating themselves in the different clusters, that's what we know that we need to push forward. Also, to provide input on district events and initiatives. We've had the pleasure of working with Chris Weber to do a focus group. We've currently working to put a focus group together around literacy, so to help in that area as well. So we are making ourselves available to help the district in a number of ways. And so we also have worked to serve and have served on district focus groups. So that's just some of the ways that we have been, PAC parents have been used this year. And the main way that we've been getting this word out through something we call the PAC orientation, which is something new. Dr. Felder mentioned to one of the district leaders that, hey, if you all just let the principals pick the parents, how will other parents get involved? And so we sit around a few days and we thought about it. You know, I mean, we all are forward-thinking people. We're progressive-minded people. So we came up with this wonderful idea of PAC orientation. So we would literally take this to a church. I've taken it to the church. I've given this presentation to the preachers over at IMF. I'll take it to anybody that sends for me or sends for any of the leaders. We've taken it all around the district to various schools. I think we've did it in every cluster to make sure that parents kind of know how PAC is going to work, because the notion is not to have just renegade groups of PAC parents all over the place, but to have a central operation that anytime the district calls on us, you kind of get the same thing, except for, you know, every cluster, every school has its own little flavor. So you may get a little different flavor, but the main product will look the same. So that brings me to this. So I've come here tonight, and I'm excited, and I really want to just say to you all basically three things. We're here to ask each of you to support the PAC. I'm here. The PAC is not a separate entity from the school district. Unlike the PTOs can be self-sustaining, but the PAC has to work collectively because we are here for you. We're here to staff your focus groups. So we can't just be out here doing something on our own. We have to work in conjunction with the board and with district leaders. I have gotten this request so many times. I'd hoped this year to have started, but we need I need some help from the district to do it. But we need to start a parent test proctor institute that should take place in March of each year to have parents ready. Because I get asked the question all the time, well, I go work at my child's school, but can I work in my child's classroom? Some parents you might could say yes to, but some parents you wouldn't want to have them in their child's classroom because they just can't understand the fact that their child doesn't know the answer, and they know the answer, and they may want to help the child. So that's why I say the district needs to take that on. We come up with a policy and say, hey, this is the policy, and this is how we want to use parents in this way. But that's something that is needed. I mean, I've gotten calls from multiple schools just because people know my name and face, but you can only be at one place at one time. So that's something that we really need to do. The third thing is we're asking each of you being your 9 board members and Dr. Joseph, to respond to us in writing of your intent to support the PAC. Now, why is that needed? Because I get asked, are we going forward? What are we doing? What's going on? But if we could just go and get the word out strongly that PAC is moving forward, I promise you, the board and Dr. Joseph, you will have a group of parents that you will be proud of, because there are at least approximately 400 parents who want to work with PAC. And so I certainly implore you for us to move this work forward. Lastly, I wish to thank Dr. Joseph, school board members, district leaders, educators, and all MNPS employees for the hard work you do. I mean, I've gone to as many as 17 schools in a day, spreading the word about PAC and other district initiatives. I've seen all kind of good stuff. You know, I've been to Croft. I've saw the same exhibit in Croft Middle School that's at the zoo. I saw those things with my own eyes. I've saw the excitement that goes on over at Rose Park when you have a robotics competition. So it's just a lot of good stuff going on. I've seen the excitement of the kids who I believe, you know, Nashville is really creating some of our, we might have the next Beyonce sitting right over there at Pearl Cone. That's for real. I've seen it. I've heard it with my own eyes.
I never heard Beyonce's name called like that.
Okay, Doc, I'm a married man. Be careful now. Hey. This is being filmed. Okay, moving right along. All right. So with that, I just want to thank the board and thank Dr. Joseph for providing a space for me, a early retiree. I retired early from the Army. This gives me something to do with myself during the day. And a lot of you know I'm at a lot of these meetings. I mean, I see you all in a lot of spaces, and I do all that, you know, free. And I feel like I provide a good resource for the district. But I really want you to know that there are hundreds of me waiting to be used by you if you all would just give us the green light and let us do it. And then with that, I have one last thing to do, and I'm done. A lot of you have known me for years. I have several secrets that I don't always share, but I'm going to share one tonight. Some of you may be surprised to know that I am a ordained Baptist minister. I know I've been around you a long time. That's why this mouth, this gift of gab, I get paid every Sunday to run it. But I was up preaching at a church recently, and when I finished, I was given this really wonderful document here. When Dr. Joseph came to town, there was an article wrote in the Tribune about Dr. Joseph and I that said history has been made twice. As I told you, the PAC has been around for 3 decades plus, but I am the first African-American male to serve as its president, and that occurred at the same time that Dr. Joseph came. So Dr. Joseph, I want to share this with you and hope you'll hang it in a prominent place to remember that folks are expecting not only you, but this board and all of us volunteering parents to do a really good job for all of these children all across this district. So I'd like to share this with you.
All right, the next item on the agenda is the Early Post-Secondary Opportunities Academy of Nashville growth. Dr. Joe.
I think we will have Amira, look like she's coming up, and she will give our presentation.
Good afternoon. Greetings from the Academies of Nashville office and the Career and Technical Education office. It is with great enthusiasm that we are here today and to share with you the great progress our students are making around early post-secondary opportunities. And my colleague, Dr. Brian Brewer, will walk you through the data.
So, good evening. So just to give you a brief history, we started industry certifications in 2012, 2013. Can we get the slide to move, or do I? Oh, there it is right there. I'm sorry. Got it. In that year, we had one student take an industry certification. They took the Microsoft Office Specialist exam, and that student passed. So we were 100%. So when you look at the rest of the slides, we're not 100% anymore, but we're doing very well. We started dual credit for career and technical education in 2010, and dual credit is basically what we called CLEP in college. It's basically credit by exam, and we have expanded that up till now. You're going to see some really incredible numbers. Our participation and success rates have grown dramatically in the last several years. And before this year, families had to pay some money to take an industry certification exam or to take a dual credit opportunity. And we had students give us $10 towards an industry certification that many of you know costs $200 to $300 a piece. And we had grants from the Scarlet Foundation and from Gear Up and others that were helping us offset that cost. And then for dual credit, the Tennessee Board of Regents had set a $25 fee for dual credit with the community colleges, and we actually have some dual credit with some of our larger universities that could charge us up to $60 a piece. So our students and families were expected to pay those fees to take industry certifications in dual credit. But this year, thanks to the board and our leadership, our students didn't have to pay those fees. Those were covered through our budget. So you can look at this chart, and this chart reveals the number of students that take exams, and I went back to 2014 up to this year, and you can see that in 2014, industry certifications were less than 100, and dual credit was about 250. And every year, we have seen more participation. Last year in dual credit, we had a number, that number came down a little bit because we put such a focus on industry certification. But this year, with the industry certifications and dual credits being paid for by the district, you can see the incredible growth in the number of students participating. In industry certifications this year, we have 1,300 students, about 1,300 students signed up to take an industry certification exam. And we have over 2,600 students signed up to take a dual credit exam.
Oh, that's great.
If we look at our pass rate, now, number of students, obviously, the more students that take an exam, the pass rate can fluctuate. We certainly hope to maintain the trend of a high pass rate, but with this year's numbers, we're already seeing some really good results. But in 2014, we had 74% of our students pass, but it was only about 100 students in industry certification, and it was about 200 to 225 students in early college credit, or what we call dual credit. If you look at and go forward to last spring, 2017, we had over 400 students pass an industry certification. That's a 59% pass rate. And we had over 700 students pass a dual credit exam, which is a 62% pass rate. So it's working. Our students are getting opportunities. And so the other great part of what we're doing in the academies and CTE is our accreditation process. This year, Whites Creek and Antioch had their academies reviewed by NCAC, and they're our accrediting body for our academies. And all of our academies that went up for accreditation this year got model status, which is an incredible feat. So in conclusion, you can see that our students are getting more and more opportunities to earn college credit in high school and to earn industry certifications in high school. That is setting our students up to be more successful leaving high school than they have ever been before. This year, a couple of milestones. We had a student actually pass the A+ certification 901 exam. It's the first time it's ever happened in the district. This year, we had over 50 students pass the CCMA certification. And we have a partner with St. Thomas Hospital who comes in and works with our students to help them pass this exam. And over 40 of those passing students were in their scholars program. And if a student passes that exam, they have an opportunity to go to work for St. Thomas Hospital as a medical assistant.
For the viewing public, what is CCMA, please?
It's a
Certified Clinical Medical Assistant.
Yes, Certified Clinical Medical Assistant.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so we actually have students that took the exam last year and passed that are working at St. Thomas as medical assistants. I think the board even several months ago had a student come in and discuss how that is changing the way that they handle finances in college. The student comes back and works 1 weekend a month for 2 12 shifts and makes more money in that weekend working for St. Thomas than he could working at a fast food restaurant at his college. So that's all the work he has to do to support himself in college. So these opportunities are unbelievable, and we have so many more that I couldn't list here where students are passing Adobe certifications for Premiere Pro, which is huge in the broadcast industry. We have students passing the EKG certifications. That number is really big this year, and as we are collecting this data, we are seeing amazing results in industry certifications and in dual credit. And so to make this work, our teachers are more and more dedicated every year to making this a possibility for our students. And our post-secondary institutions are partnering with us more and more, providing us better and better opportunities. And our business partners, St. Thomas, and so many others that come into our schools every day to work with our students is making a huge impact in their ability to pass these exams. And so I want to thank the board and the administration for all your support, removing the financial barrier that has obviously made a difference in our student participation rate. And we look forward to not only collecting our results from this year, but what is it going to look like going forward. And Donna Gilley, who's our director, is out of town. She couldn't be here, but she wanted to also say how much she appreciates what you are doing for academies and for CTE.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the last item in this section is Stoneman Douglas High School. Dr. J.
Thank you. Recently, Metro Nashville Public Schools hosted the Charlottesville Public Schools to collaborate on a joint musical tribute, a recording of the Stoneman Douglas original version of the song Shine. The MNPS Fab Five, a diverse vocal ensemble of 5 Nashville area high school students, recorded the Song of Healing with the Charlottesville High School Chorus in response to the recent shooting in Parkland, Florida. Under the direction of Cedric Caldwell of the Relentless Entertainment Group, the official record label of MNPS's school district, this song features a reimagining of the original version of Shine, which was originally written by resilient students at Stoneman Douglas High School. Following the Charlottesville tragedy in August of 2017, the students known as the Fab Five recorded a song encouraging love and equality that caught the attention of Charlottesville High School. Charlottesville was so impressed that they invited the 5 students from MNPS to come perform with their high school orchestra and choir. A bond was formed, and in the spirit of that same endeavor, Charlottesville Public Schools traveled to Nashville on Friday, April 13th, to jointly pay it forward to students of Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. So today we wanted to show you the final product of the video that they produced.
What happened in Parkland, Florida on February 14th was tragic. Just days after that horrifying event, a song was written by 2 survivors of the tragic mass shooting. The song was entitled Shine.
But you're not gonna knock us down, we'll get back up again. You may have hurt us, but I promise we'll be stronger, and we're not gonna let you in. We're putting up a fight. You may have brought the dark, but together we will shine the light, and whoa, we will be something special. Whoa, we're gonna shine.
They wrote the song as a way to cope with their grief after the shooting, and they hoped to connect with other students to work through their pain. Well, connect they did. Metro Nashville Public Schools and the Charlottesville Public Schools heard the call.
Sorrow, this is the time we take a stand. We know our voices matter. Love can change our world forever. We cannot break or tether. I know it's hard, but we must believe.
But this time it'll be harder. This is not, oh no, we're putting up a fight. You may have brought the dark, but together we'll shine. We will be something special. Whoa.
We're gonna shine. stand tall. Gonna raise up our voices so we'll never ever fall.
Trust, we have to trust in ourselves.
We have to trust in ourselves.
We will rebuild the faith along this land. It only takes a helping hand.
Holding us down.
You may have heard us say, but
This is not. No. We will fight. Shine the light.
we're something special.
We are something.
We can hug a little tighter.
Hug a little tighter.
We all come together, it'll be alright.
Come together.
Never give up this fight.
I know it
We can
hurts.
hug a little tighter,
I see the pain in your eyes.
harder. But know that God is listening to our cries.
Open up your
We can hug a
heart
little tighter,
and listen to these
a little
words.
harder.
There will be better days.
All of us. Stand up for one another.
Never give up this fight.
We're stronger than before. You may have heard us then, but this time it'll be harder. We're not gonna let you win.
Let you
We're
in.
putting up a fight. You may have brought the darkness together. We will shine a light. Something special. Whoa. Shine. We can hug a little tighter.
Each and every life matters.
Nobody should be forced to lose their loved one to gun violence.
Our movement and our voices need to be heard.
Gun laws need to be adjusted, or we all might lose someone we love.
Help one another and let's come together as one.
Join our movement. Our voices need to be heard. It's enough.
We're stronger than before. We're putting up
We're not gonna let you in. We're gonna shine.
You couldn't knock us down. We're stronger than before. You may have heard us then, but this time it'll be harder. We're not gonna let you win. We're putting up a fight. You may have brought the dark, but together we will shine the light. Whoa, it'll be something special. Whoa, we're gonna shine.
So today we have with us Mr. Cedric Caldwell, who is the head of the Relentless Entertainment Group, and we also have Yarbury Chambers, Tiana Gentry, and Jessica Clemens. Can you all stand and be recognized once again? Thank you.
Madam Chair, if you don't mind, I had the pleasure of watching them record this, and I just so happened to have Christopher with me, who will be part of the Pearl Cone class of 2036 or something close to it. And it was just to see students being able to use their voice and use their courage. The same thing that I told you all before. It's really empowering. You know, this is time for adults to step up also. So y'all are just, ooh, child, I'm not going to cry today, though.
Hope Miss Bubba went to get tissues.
Sorry.
That's right. That's a good idea.
And did want to acknowledge they also won a Regional Student Emmy for Best Documentary for Charlottesville recently as well.
So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the best part of this meeting tonight, I can assure you that. Moving on to awards and recognitions. Tennessee National Outstanding Assistant Principal from Andrew Jackson Elementary School. Woo! Shelley Arletta Smith. Dr. J.
Yes, Andrew Jackson's Elementary School Assistant Principal, Shelley Arletta Smith. Shelley Arletta Smith is the assistant principal at Andrew Jackson Elementary School. Shelley was selected as the National Outstanding Assistant Principal for the entire state of Tennessee from all of the elementary and middle tiers. Give her an applause. The National Outstanding Assistant Principal Award Program is sponsored by the National Association of Elementary School Principals. This award is honored to assistant principals in elementary schools and middle school leadership. Shelley will be recognized nationally this summer at the NAESP National Conference. This is the first time this award has been recognized, so Shelley will begin the legacy of National Outstanding Assistant Principals for the state of Tennessee. Congratulations. We're proud of your great work for the students at Andrew Jackson. If you can come up and take a picture.
I thought you had it on your phone, that's why I didn't know.
That's parts of the program right there. Moving on to governance issues, our organization, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Ms. Spearing.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The agenda, consent agenda reads as follows. 1A, recommended approval of supplement number 1 for central office lighting replacement and energy reduction efforts, Enterprise Solutions, Inc. B, recommended approval of change order number 5 for Overton High School additions and renovations, American Constructors, Inc. C, awarding purchases and contracts. And before we get to all of these, I forgot to mention that I'm pulling off Teach for America. C, Aquaphase, Inc. C1 Aquaphase Inc., 2 CDW Government LLC, CDW-G, 3 Chem Aqua Inc., 4 Michael and Susan Dell Foundation, D Legal Settlement Claim C-36751, excuse me, for $7,000. E, Settlement Agreement for $7,500. Excuse me. F, that was E. F, Tenure List. G, High School Graduation Requirements. H, 2018-19 Perkins Action Plan and School Summary. And I, Legal Settlement L-16-111 for $175,000. This concludes the reading of the consent agenda, and I move to approve as read.
Second? Second. Okay. Do we discuss what was pulled now or after? Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and vote on the consent agenda as read. All right, the consent agenda is read, passes with a unanimous vote. Did you have some questions about it?
Yes, thank you. I'd like to know, I've got several questions. First, I'd like to know how many teachers, how many students?
How do you do? I'm Mary Clark in Federal Programs, Director of Grant Management. Title I is funding this, so I can address questions about the contract.
Hey, I'm Jennifer Bell. I'm Director of Extended Learning.
Hey, good evening. Ben Schumacher, Executive Director of Teach for America.
Megan Ernst-Lemming, head of our summer training program at Teach for America.
So how many teachers are in the program for the summer?
Are you speaking about certified MNPS teachers? Is that the question?
Okay, I understood. Okay, why don't you tell me what's going on so that I can...
Yes, ma'am, certainly. I'm actually going to let Miss Mary share.
Well, okay. The program that we're funding with Title I is a summer school for our students from high needs schools. And we have 3 sites, Pearl Cone, Jerry Baxter, which will have an elementary summer school and a middle school, and the 3rd site is Antioch Middle School. We will also be funding mentor teachers paid directly from Title I through our supplemental pay per MNPS compensation policy. They'll all be MNPS employees. They're certificated teachers in every classroom to oversee and mentor the candidates that TFA is training, and they can tell you about that part. The part that we're working on with this contract, which is an amendment to the TFA contract, this amendment, the part we're working on is to provide summer school to students from high-need schools. And so the mentor teachers will be paid separately through our personnel, our payroll system. This contract is for some staffing costs and materials, and this contract will reimburse TFA for a certain amount of expenses, $158,000 for the summer program. And they can address more about the expenses, but the expenses are just a portion of the cost of delivering this summer program. And there's I think you all, did they get this? That I emailed you? Okay.
Yes.
I have other copies of kind of a summary of costs, historic costs. And so this year's program, the percentage that MNPS will be paying is just a fraction of the cost of delivering the summer program to our students. We're paying for $158,000 in this contract, and then we will be paying some transportation costs for our students, as well as the mentor teachers, which will be MNPS employees.
So the mentor teachers are MNPS employees?
Yes.
And they are certified?
Yes.
And how many weeks is the summer school?
It's 60 hours of instruction over 4 weeks
It's a total of 19 days.
because of 4th of July.
And how many teachers are involved?
Well, there are 27 MNPS teachers, but do you mean the candidates?
Okay, so there's 27 MNPS teachers, and they will be mentoring TFA teachers? And how many TFA teachers?
Approximately 100 candidates. Approximately 100 candidates. And we also will have, there'll be site administrators there, both MNPS.
There's a site administrator for each location. So Jerry Baxter will have a site administrator, Antioch Middle School, as well as Pearl Cone High School. And so you'll have your 100 candidates, which will be in the classroom, and they'll also be paired with those mentor teachers. Those mentor teachers are the MNPS certificated employees. Those mentor teachers are identified based on what previous experience they've had in providing support and training. They are recommended by their principals. They go through an interview process. And so with collaboration in each of the classrooms, you're looking at a ratio of students of about 5 to 1. I'm sorry, I apologize. Yes, correct, 5 to 1. So you've got about 5 students for every 1 teacher in the classroom at each of those 3 locations.
So the mentoring teacher will have their own group of kids, and the candidate will have their own group of kids?
So it's blended. So they're going to be collaborating together. The mentor teachers are going to be providing the guidance for those teachers in training. In the actual classroom, you're a 5 to 1. So the mentor teachers may be doing some modeling. They're also going to be doing some I forgot my word I was looking for. I'm sorry.
It's individualized and small group interventions and
you.
instruction.
And how much are the teachers paid?
Our certified teachers are paid at a rate of $25 an hour, which is the standard MNPS exception pay rate.
Yeah.
How about the TFA teachers?
TFA teachers are not paid because they are in their training program.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Anybody else have any questions?
There are also counselors at the buildings that are MNPS employees that we pay for separately, too.
And so I will say that the TFA summer program is our only remediation program for our elementary schools and our middle schools. And in a cost comparison through the contributions made forth by MNPS as well as the contributions that are made from TFA, the average student cost is about $478 per child. Give you a comparison for Ready to Be Ready grants, per rate child is about $1,200. So this is a substantially low cost for us to be able to provide this summer opportunity for approximately 550 students.
Amy?
Sorry, why do we feel that we have to partner with TFA for this program? I mean, I think it's great to have a summer program, but.
Sure. I think the intent is, one, to look at the cost like I just described. For a student to participate in a summer program on average costs about $1,200 per child for a 20-day program, whereas this cost is $478. So $478 on average is a fraction of what it might cost if we were to independently try to provide a summer program. In addition to that, with the partnership through TFA, beyond this particular amendment of the contract is our collaboration through HR and our teacher training. And so our teachers are in our classrooms. They are being mentored by MNPS employees with a hope that they will then become MNPS employees itself. But for this particular contract, we're looking at what the absolute overall low cost is for students to receive that remediation as well as those supports in the summer.
And I think I'll also add that we have gotten great results from the program, and I know Ben can talk to some of those, but I think of all of our summer school programs, this is one that has been monitored in terms of performance and the growth that we see in students, and we've been very pleased with the return on investment that we have gotten for the dollars that we've spent and the outcomes. But Ben can speak to that.
Anybody else?
Thank you. Good evening. So this is going on our 5th year getting to partner with you all to pull this off. We've served something around 1,700 students at the end of this summer. So The results have been pretty strong each year. Last year, we've partnered with Pearl Cone for the last few years. So at the high school level, one of the ones that we like to highlight is 147 credits were recovered, and that allows students that might not otherwise be on time to graduate to be on track to graduate on time. And at the middle school and the elementary levels, we've also seen the equivalent of a couple of months of growth across subjects, which effectively reverses summer learning loss. So whereas an average student that comes to our program at the elementary level might lose 2 to 3 months reading equivalent of growth, in our program, through our pre and post assessments, we see that flipped. So about 2 months or 2.5 months of learning growth. And so across kind of the board, we see pretty strong growth at each of the levels, which is another good reason to support the program.
Yes, sir.
Do we know outside of the summer program, the TFA teachers who do come into the district, do we know on average how long they are staying at this point?
I'll speak to that as best as I can. So I believe Deborah Story spoke to that maybe, 6 to 12 months ago. What we know right now is that the retention rates of Teach for America candidates that go through the program are higher than their peers that serve in similar schools and higher than the average tenure of a teacher in the district for first year and second year teachers. So because we're the only program that requires you to stay at least 2 years, we have a really high rate from year 1 to year 2. It's over 90%. And then typically after that, if the beginning of the cohort was 100% in year 0, we have folks that stay beyond the classroom. About 2/3 of the first cohort continue teaching. And then folks that continue on after that are either teaching or often doing roles in schools related to coaching or other types of activities with the district. In fact, about 80 or 85% of our alumni of the program are somehow directly involved in K through 12 education. So we're really happy that they stick around pretty well.
Okay.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for this program. When you add it up over 5 years, I think TFA has contributed $3.75 million to our summer school programs, and it's really afforded us a way to reach those children who suffer greatest in the summer from not learning. And so we really appreciate the work that you're doing, and thank you for partnering.
I would entertain them. Oh, yes.
I'd like to move approval of the Teach for America contract.
Okay. Oh, I can get a second. Okay. Can we go ahead and vote on that, Ms. Bobo? Okay. Did you get a second? Yes, yes. The motion on that one item passes with a 5-2 vote. Thank you very much. We're moving on to the student appeal. Is that you, Ms. Harkin?
All right, so we have a student appeal, level 3 appeal hearing. I'll kind of run down very quickly. This is level 3, so this has been a student that was expelled from their school of zone, has gone through a level 1 appeal, so they reported or had a hearing before the Discipline Review Board, who chose to uphold this expulsion. Then there was a level 2. Again, the level 2 hearing included an opportunity to express concerns to our to Alvin Jones, the Executive Director of Student Support Services. At level 2 is additionally upheld with some modification. Now the student has made a level 3 appeal request to the board. Tonight, the Board of Education, as part of that level 3, based upon a review of the record that you have received previously, may grant or deny a request for a board hearing and may affirm or overturn the decision of the hearing authority with or without a hearing before the board. So we are to the point in this level 3 appeal where the board can make a decision in terms of whether it wants to grant or deny a hearing. And then if you're not going to have a hearing, you can go ahead and make a decision on what you'd like to do in terms of upholding or overturning or any other thing you would like to do related to this student appeal.
Thank you, Ms. Harkey. I'd entertain a motion concerning the student appeal.
I move that we have a hearing to hear from the student regarding the student appeal.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. It's been moved and approved. Any discussion?
I'll say the same thing I always say. I just think we owe it to the students to hear them out. This was only 42 pages, and I say only very sarcastically, but we've had these pages of policies. We've had some excellent discussions over the past few months, so I think it would behoove us and behoove the child for us to at least hear from them.
Anybody else? All right, we have a motion on the floor to grant a level 3 appeal for the student. It's been seconded, and we need to go ahead and vote. The motion passes by a 5-2 vote. So we will have the hearing, we'll set the hearing for a future date. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Harkey. I appreciate that. Moving on to the director's report for summer program, Dr. Joseph.
Thank you. This evening, you will hear about our plans for summer programs. High-quality summer programs are essential to our school system and for our city. We're proud that Metro Nashville Public Schools will be offering a variety of quality programs and camps all across the district this summer, and we appreciate our community partners. When school ends in May, the opportunity to learn does not stop, and we have with us to discuss our programs tonight Dr. Felder, Dr. Narcisse, and Ms. Bell.
Good evening, Board and Dr. Joseph. We're really excited about this year, specifically around the summer learning opportunities that are going to be provided to our young people. And we wanted to talk through a little bit about, to give you just a little bit of context about the work that we're doing. We see two critical gaps open during the summer between our children from low-income families and their more affluent families. One is access to food, and two, access to experiences that preserve academic gains. According to research, over the summer, 6 out of 7 children from low income not only lose from not being fed, but are also impacted academically, which we call summer loss.
Research also tells us that when learning opportunities are not available for our students, particularly our low-income students, they can lose up to 3 months of reading achievement, while their higher-income peers make gains. Research also tells us that that the reading losses over the summer, when students are not engaged in learning, are cumulative. By that I mean, by the time a student reaches 5th grade, summer learning loss can leave a low-income student in particular approximately 3 years behind his or her peers. And so tonight, we want to share with you the summer learning plans that we have here in the district. These are the outcomes that we will share tonight. The first one we've already established, and that is the real importance of summer learning opportunities. And so we'll focus the rest of our time on the remaining 3 items here, and that is we want to differentiate between summer camps and summer programs. We want to share with you how the summer learning opportunities are being communicated in the district and where those opportunities are and what those opportunities are. And last but not least, we've had a lot of improvements with regards to summer learning opportunities, the structures that are provided, and again, around the communication. So we want to share that with you. Before I turn things over to Jennifer Bell, just want to orient you to a folder you should have received. It may be green or it may be blue. But in that folder, you have 4 documents. One would be the full slides for tonight's presentation. Behind that packet, you have a one-sheeter, which is a capture sheet, and that's there because we ask if you could hold your questions and comments until the end, unless it's burning, of course. We're happy to entertain your question and under those circumstances, but this is a document for you to capture your notes. Your comments and questions are optional one. Behind that document is now we know you may need readers for this one. The print is awfully small, but you will get a copy of it sent to you electronically. And so know that that's coming to you as well. And last but not least, it's a document flyer about the Summer Reading Challenge, and we'll go into more depth about that towards the end. So without further ado,
we'll have Jennifer Bell come up. She's been working really hard to help us expand our programs, and we're excited about the 2018 academic program. So Jennifer program leads our extended learning programs.
Thank you. Well, good evening. I feel like I was just up here. So the end of the school year is just about among us, and what that means is that our traditional school calendar is going to come to a close. You're probably finalizing those summer plans. And we are anticipating that email here at Central Office that says we can wear business casual attire this summer. So, but it happens to be one of the busiest times of year for my office in extended learning. And so over the next several minutes, I'm going to try to give you a walkthrough of what our summer camps and programs look like. But before I do that, we need to start out with an explanation of what is the difference between a camp and a program. And so a camp is an academically driven enrichment opportunity. It often includes exploratory learning and also some field trips. Now, again, I stated it's an academically driven enrichment opportunity. A program, on the other hand, is an academically driven opportunity that includes remediation. It can include course recovery. It can include first-time credit, and is also an opportunity for students who are faced with promotion and retention. So that is the defining difference between a camp and program. So let's take a moment and look at what our camps look like. Now understand that whether it is a camp or a program, our essential goal is to prevent summer learning loss. My first slide is going to be on our school-based summer camps. A school-based summer camp is exclusive to the students who are actively enrolled in a participating school. Now, in your pamphlet, on the 11 by 17 sheet, I'm sorry, your folder with the 11 by 17, that I know you're searching for your magnifying glass. But when you go and look at it later, it'll show you those school-based camps that are located within your quadrants. All right? But I've broken it down for you. So we have our EL Summer School, which is aimed to support our students in literacy and numeracy, our English language learners. Our Read to Be Ready camp, which is a grant-funded camp. Metro Schools had one recipient of the Read to Be Ready back in 2016-17, and here, no, I'm sorry, 2015-16, and here it is in 2018. We are a recipient of 18 Read to Be Ready grants, and so I've broken those down.
Yes.
We are the largest recipient in the state of Tennessee, so I'm excited about that. It is there to support literacy across each of our schools and elementary. Our I3 Grow STEM, which supports our STEM programming, and not to mention our schools that sponsor their own independent camps. Those are throughout the district. They do vary, but I've given you a capture of, we have a total of 39 school-based camps that will serve approximately 2,300 students this summer. I will tell you that for the EL Summer School, the Read to Be Ready, and I3 STEM, the majority of the others, we have a few that are not, will all receive breakfast and lunch at no cost this summer. So let's take a look at the open enrollment camps. So what's the difference between an open enrollment camp and a school-based camp? An open enrollment camp is open to MNPS students regardless of their zone school. So whereas we have locations throughout the district, regardless of what school you attend regularly, you can attend one of these camps. For example, our Encore program that is housed out of our Division of Advanced Academics. Our NASA Summer Zone It serves approximately 625 students. If you're not familiar with NASA, they are housed out of the Nashville Public Library. The really awesome thing about the NASA Summer Zone program this year, which is for high school students, is they are also Opportunity Now participants. So all of our students are receiving pay and training if they're enrolled in NASA Summer Zone. They are housed in our high schools. We have the STEAM Discovery programs, the STEAM Discovery camps, and also ESY, which is our extended school year for our students with disabilities. They can participate based on those accommodations and services that are outlined in their IEP. As you'll see, we will serve approximately 1,500 students through our open enrollment camps this summer. All right? Now let's switch gear. We've talked about camps. Remember what I said. Camps are academically driven enrichment opportunities. Now let's talk about our summer programs, academically driven remediation and support of course recovery, first-time credit, and impact student promotion rates. Now, our script gets a little smaller for those in the audience. I do apologize, but we have this information available. Within our summer school programs includes our TFA Summer School. There are 3 locations this summer. They are Jerry Baxter, which will serve as a middle school elementary location, Antioch Middle School, which will serve as a middle school location, and Pearl Cone High School. All of those sites are open to students throughout the district, for the exception of Pearl Cone High School, in which only Pearl Cone students are participating. Beyond that, we have our Title I credit recovery. Title I credit recovery is for our 9th through 12th graders. It is there to support those students who need to retain credits or for subjects that they may not have received credit throughout the school year. Our Gear Up program is a grant, and like the credit recovery, it is a course recovery. And then finally, for those students in grades 7 through 12 who may want to look at taking first-time credit, or they are recovering a credit, they can participate in the MNPS virtual school and take a course at a low cost. I have broken down the locations of each of these camps by quadrant, and if you'll notice, and I want to be clear that the locations are indicative of a physical location. So the physical locations are located within these quadrants that I've identified. So you're probably asking me, Jennifer, why can't I just get one spreadsheet of all the camps and programs and everyone can go wherever they want? That sounds wonderful. But the truth of the matter is that funding delineates how you utilize or how these camps and programs function. And so I'm going to give you an example, and I've showed you all the funding sources that support summer learning here in Metro schools. Title I, Read to Be Ready, I3 STEM or Grow STEM, Gear Up, TFA, our local funding, and IDEA. The majority of summer programming here in Metro School is funded by grants and our partners. And so you will see through Title I, we allocate about $331,000. I've broken down where those numbers are going to, our Title I credit recovery, as well as the TFA Summer School. Our Read to Be Ready, again, as I told you all, we're the largest recipient here in the state of Tennessee. We were awarded $718,000 this school year. What's not included in that $718,000 is the $80,000 that was awarded to Lipscomb University to also support J.E. Moss. So we're excited about that. Gear Up, approximately $48,000. TFA contributes $609,000 to support our TFA summer schools. And you'll see that local funding is appropriated to our EL summer school as well as our STEAM Discover camps. IDEA, and if you're not familiar with IDEA, it stands for Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, is what funds our ESY extended year program for our students with disabilities. And again, participation is based on the students' accommodations and services. So how does funding delineate how our camps look? Funding impacts what locations we can house our camps and programs, the number of locations that we can support, the demographics of the students who can actually participate, the grade levels of students that can participate. For example, Read to Be Ready is specific to students in K through 3. It's not specific to students in K through 4. All right? And it even goes so far as to say the naming of the camp. Now, I've been charged with this. Jennifer, camps and programs is a boring name. I get it. I agree. But for some of our camps and programs, there are, under the regulations of their grant, they have to call it something specific. So, for example, Gear Up. You cannot call it a camp. It is to be called a program. So we utilize the language of our MNPS summer camps and programs. All right? So beyond our camps and programs, we've got a lot of other awesome things happening this summer. For example, our library services. We will have 20 schools that will have their libraries open throughout this summer to provide access to books and resources. Those library services will be offered twice a week in each of these schools for a minimum of 3 hours a day. Now, you may be wondering, how did you identify where those 20 schools or 20 libraries are going to be? We first looked at locating those libraries in Read to Be Ready summer camps, because it is a literacy-focused summer camp that we're hosting more than 25 students. And from there, we identified locations that were EL summer schools where we knew at least 100 students would be in the building daily, focusing on literacy and numeracy through the EL summer school. And meals. The last thing we want is for our students to go hungry throughout the summer. We will be providing summer meals throughout all of our camps and programs. But beyond that, we also are hosting for our third summer our open meals program. And with our locations this year, Antioch Middle School, Pearl Cone High School, and Whitsett Elementary. Each of these sites will be open for an hour each day, in which any person of the age of 18 and under can come in and receive a free hot lunch at no cost. So if you're a parent and you want to keep your child also engaged and familiar with these schools as well, you can bring them in for lunch. Have a picnic in our cafeteria. And for parents, that cost us $3.50. But notice I said that any person of the age of 18 and under. This is not specific to MNPS students only. It is any person of the age of 18 and under can receive this hot meal. Now, you may be asking me this: how did you all identify these 3 locations? Well, we looked at accessibility. How easy would it be for our students to get to? Is it walkable? Were they a previous participant? And also the number of summer camps and programs that are also offered within those same buildings. So we will have these 3 summer sites. We will be sending our communication out to the public by mid-May as in regards to, and also flyers home to all of our students. So what's new this year? We have been working for the last 2 years to take a very intentional approach to what summer looks like in metro schools. And I'm really excited about our accomplishments going into this year. Last year, we spent about $100,000 of Read to Be Ready funds to provide breakfast and lunch at our Read to Be Ready camps. This year, we will spend $0 on breakfast and lunch because it is being provided through our summer food program. And we've also partnered with the YMCA of Middle Tennessee and Greater Harvest Church with the addition of the Office of School Nutrition here at Metro Schools. But we will not pay $1 for our summer breakfasts and lunches that are served. And that's a celebration for us this year. As we become more intentional with summer learning, we also need to be very intentional about what are we accomplishing in summer learning. So this is also the first year that we will be monitoring the assessment and the evaluation of our summer camps and programs. For every summer camp and program that registered this year, they identified what KPIs they would be addressing in their summer camp and program. At the end of this summer, they will receive an evaluation tool from me in which they will assess their impact on each of those KPIs. Beyond that, our phenomenal data team came together and they built a cohort in Infinite Campus for us. And this year is the first summer in which we will utilize Infinite Campus to gather data on our camps. If you go back to some of these slides, you may have noticed that I had a column that indicated data cohort. If there's an X in that box, then we are collecting data on each of these schools, these camps and programs throughout the summer. What does that data include? It means that you are going to be marking attendance every day. It means that we will be able to pull post and pre and post assessment data, and also what was student performance like in the last semester as well as into the coming year. So we will be able to evaluate the overall quality and which summer camps and programs are having the greatest impact on our student performance. And that's the first time we'll be able to capture that data here in Metro Schools in summer. And finally is a piece that I'm very excited about, and I'm excited to share with you all, and that's our communication. Our families want to know what their options are this summer. They want to know how their students can get involved, and they want to know how they can participate. So we've been working really hard with our communication office, who's been phenomenal in helping us to share this information. But this year we created a web page through MNPS that allows families to search summer offerings this year. On the banner of the very front page of the MNPS website is Find a Summer Camp or Program. Okay, let's do that. When I click on this link, you will see that we have 76 registered MNPS summer camps, 76. In addition to that, we've collected information from 101 community camps. Now, Ms. Froge, I'm going to pick on you because you just walked in the room. Now, you have a little one that goes to Metro Schools, correct? 2. Let's pick on one. Boy or girl? A girl. What grade will she be going into this upcoming school year? 9th grade. So we've got a 9th grader. Any parent can click on this, this filter tool, choose a 9th grade, and you'll see that list just dropped down to 19. So we filtered it, and now Ms. Froh can go through and see 19 camp offerings in Metro Schools that are appropriate for a 9th grader. That information includes contacts, grade levels, if there's a fee, if it's invite only, and a description. Now let's say, for example, that Ms. Froh does not like I-24 traffic. And so she would like to find a camp that's located in a region near her. You can go back and you can filter this list even further and choose, if you'll see, you can choose a camp that's located within your quadrant. So this is a huge convenience to our families. If a family is looking for, just say, a camp in the community, I want my child to go out and explore what's happening great in Nashville. We've captured 101 of those. All right, they can do the same thing. They can choose a grade level, and it'll filter that list and find you all the camps that are appropriate for that grade level. So this is a new tool that we've launched this year. We're very excited about it. We've trained our customer service representatives on how to speak to this information when families show in. It's even leadership tested, Dr. Joseph approved. So last week we decided, Dr. Joseph decided to test how well our customer service could speak to our camps and programs. So he called customer service and he gave them an accent. It might have been a Southern accent, and if it was, there's some room for improvement. But he spoke with 2 representatives, and both of them were able to direct him through the website and walk him through the tools that he would need for those camps and programs. So shout out to our customer service on that. All right. And so you may ask, how are we going to be accountable for our work that we're doing this summer? We really want to be able to show the impact. And by that, accountability falls, and it really takes a village. So each of our sites, regardless of the school, has a program director that's going to be looking at daily attendance and student progress for the participants in those schools. Our EDSSIs have made a commitment to monitor and support summer camps within their quadrants. They will be out and about, and they will be visiting with those camps. We hope they get involved. Our Office of Extended Learning here in my office will be collecting that post-camp and program evaluations and data, and then our assessment and evaluation teams are going to be evaluating our overall outcomes. Now, Dr. Felder is going to speak to you a little bit about our Summer Reading Challenge, and then we'll open for questions.
Thank you, Jennifer. And so, again, the last document in your folder is a flyer about this summer's Summer Reading Challenge. And so MNPS is so excited to be joining forces with the Mayor's Office, with Nashville Public Education Foundation, Alignment Nashville, and the Nashville Public Library in support of the Nashville Public Library Summer Reading Challenge. And so what is the challenge about? Well, it's about reading for 20 minutes every day. Who is it for? It's for everyone. So this challenge is geared towards students. It's geared towards the adults in their life, their teachers, their family members, administrators. So it is a challenge for everyone. We want everyone in the city of Nashville reading for at least 20 minutes every single day. Why? Well, for children, we know that children learn to read by reading. And we also want to develop a love of reading in both our children and the adults. Where? Well, we're going to kick off at every school and here at Central Office on May 14th. Schools will be hearing more about that at the upcoming curriculum instruction update meetings and at the A&S meeting next month. The challenge will begin on the 14th and will run through August 3rd. Students and adults, so children and adults, will have opportunity to earn incentives through the Nashville Public Library. And how will they access? Well, there will be a paper document where one could keep track of, what they've read every day and how frequently they've read, as well as the document will be available electronically. So again, we're very, very excited about not only our summer camps and programs, but about joining forces throughout this great city in support of summer reading for both children and adults. So with that, Dr. Gentry, I did that for you. I know you don't like things spinning around, but I couldn't resist. So,
I did make an origami slide. I do appreciate that.
Next time.
Dr. Felder had asked me about pictures, and I said, I'm high school. I don't know how to do that. So she made them swirl. It was great. So that is an overview of our summer camps and programs. I understand if you want to cancel all your vacations and come hang out with us, you're more than welcome. And we are glad to have you. So are there any questions that we can?
I do have a couple.
Yes, ma'am.
Who are some of the local funders that you talked about on page 9 of that slide?
Is it meals? Was it the meals?
No, it was just, let me find it.
Local, it's just the grant page.
Oh, our funding streams?
Yeah.
Our local funding?
Yeah.
So the Ready to Be
I'm
Ready
sorry,
grants.
that's within our local MNPS budget.
Oh, okay,
I
gotcha.
apologize for the clarity.
And so at the locations that are serving lunch that anybody age 18 and younger can eat free, are those locations also serving breakfast or just lunch?
They are lunch only.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
And that has been our practice for the last 3 years, is that they've only served lunch. And I can't speak to all the details on that. Our school nutrition can, but it's part of the grant that supports it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody else have any questions?
We wanted to, sorry.
I just had one question.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
mentioned the low cost of the virtual program.
Yes, ma'am.
What is that cost for our students?
I would have to go back to the link. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's $150, but it is on the Metro website. So if you go into the search I wish I could tell you each of the fees, and I don't know them off the top of my head. But if we go through the page, I can show you exactly what it is. It's in the description of the camp offering. Yes, ma'am.
On the students who go to the summer schools, mainly the TFA one that we talked about earlier, if you mentioned this before, I apologize. How are they identified?
The students who go to TFA. So students can participate, any student can participate in TFA. There's a misconception that it's only for students who have been retained, and that's not true. It's actually open for any student to participate.
Okay, but are some recommended to attend?
Our counselors will work with each of the school. We do have a communication plan for each of these camps, which includes through the social media pages, through our counselors at the school. So our counselors will work with those students who have possibly fallen behind on credit or could benefit from having that additional remediation. So we do share that, but we share all enrollment information with the general public.
So, like in terms of our priority schools, or any of those strongly targeted to really suggest that those students come?
Yes.
And then I know we require transportation for them, correct?
So our transportation in TFA is limited to, I'll explain it the best I can. For us to be able to bus across all clusters and quadrants, we are incapable of doing in a timely manner. We are offering transportation in the Cane Ridge and Antioch clusters for those students who are participating in the Antioch Middle School location. And we are providing transportation in the Maplewood and Stratford clusters for those students who go to Jerry Baxter.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody else? This is a great presentation.
Great. Thanks so
Awesome
much.
presentation.
All right.
Thank you, Jennifer.
I'll be issuing a challenge to my colleagues about the summer reading
All
program.
right, now. I'll hold you to that.
We'll move on to a board chair report, and I do have a very short one. I want to thank, she's gone, but I wanted to thank my colleague Amy Frog for conducting an excellent governance committee meeting earlier today. We reviewed many of the policies that we've been approving the entire school year. We still have 2 more sections to approve. Those are sections 4 and 6 before the start of the next school year, and we will make the appropriate announcements when those come up. Since this process is still a work in progress, we voted to await the results of the Metro audit before revising any of the current policies. And so I want to thank Ms. Frog and my colleagues who were able to be at the meeting. And we'll start with announcements. Ms. Buggs?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Good, okay. Ms. Pierce?
I do have one. Beginning this Thursday, or April 26th, I believe that's Thursday, and running through Sunday, J.T. Moore will be presenting Mary Poppins, and it will be wonderful. All shows are at 7 o'clock except for Sunday afternoon, and that is at 2. And you can buy tickets at the door, but you can also get them off a link on my Facebook page. But they do an excellent job with the parent-led drama program, so I encourage you to all go.
Dr. Branham?
The Oliver Band, the renowned Oliver Band, will play at the A&S meeting on May 10th.
Oh,
That's the
good.
principal's meeting.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Dr. Gentry, you good? Okay. Ms. Buggs?
Be there no further business, this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you. Whew.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information about this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.